Hello, guys. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're joining from. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be answering a question that people has been asking me for a very long time. Some people will be like, "Oh, I have a second class upper. Can I get a scholarship? Oh, I have a third class. Can I get a scholarship?" I've been getting this kind of question for a very long time. Some people think that a scholarship is meant just for people with first class. So that's why I had to hold this session to clarify about different kinds of scholarships that exist. So you know that depending on what you got, but don't come and say you're looking for scholarship with a pass. No, but at least some people that have second class upper, second class lower, and even some persons that have third class, they are able to get scholarship because there are some kind of scholarships that you can qualify for. So that's what we are going to talk about today. So before I proceed, I'm going to give a little bit time for others to be able to join the conversation. So we're going to wait for like 5 minutes, then we proceed. So while we're waiting for 5 minutes, if you're already on this call, type your name on the chat box. Let's see those that arrived early. If you're already on this call, type your name. Type your name. We have special bonus for those that came early. Put your name on this chat if you're on this call already. We are going to wait for 4 more minutes. We are waiting for 4 minutes for others to join. Then I also have to share the links out. Then after that, we can start. So if you're already on the call, put your name on the chat and where you're joining us from. Thank you. Okay, Solomon. Solomon, where are you joining from? Solomon, where are you joining us from? Chisom. Chisom, you are very funny. Where are you joining from? I know you are joining from Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria? Then Chisom, where are you joining from? Please type your name on the chat. We have some bonus for those that came early. We have bonus for those that came early. So put your name on the chat. Put your name on the chat. We are still waiting for 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes for those that came early. Farouk. Please don't tell me you're joining from Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria are you joining from? All of us are Nigerians. Which part of Nigeria are you joining from? Okay, Farouk, you're joining from Mina. Jonathan, what about you? Udodirim, where are you joining from? Umuahia. Okay. Solomon is still joining from Nigeria. Solomon, which part of Nigeria? Enugu. Okay. Abeokuta. Okay. Innocent, you're joining from Abeokuta. Okay, that's good. That's lovely. So we have 2 more minutes to start. Kogi, Omojara. Hey, let me call the one in the middle. I can call her Abiola. So let me use Abiola. Abiola is joining from Kogi. Okay. Chisom is joining from Abuja. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for joining. We are still waiting for 2 minutes so that we can start. 2 minutes, then we can start. 2 minutes. So why are you here? What do you want to learn? What's your grade and what kind of scholarship are you looking for? These are the things we have to check. So, but if you're not comfortable to share your grade here, that's fine. Understandable. You can share it with me later. Hannah, you're joining from Jalingo. Okay. What kind of scholarship are you looking for? Some people are telling me, I have a third class, I have second class lower, can I get a scholarship? So we are here today to tell you that it's possible you can get a scholarship, but how you position yourself, that's what matters a lot. So make sure you stay till the end so that you can learn the kind of scholarship that is available for you. Everybody has a scholarship that is for them. Okay, Udodolem, you are looking for fully funded master's taught scholarship. That's good. Okay, so we're going to start. Okay, okay. Finally, it's 10 minutes past, so we can start officially now. So good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So remember that what we do here is to share opportunities with you and teach you how to apply. Not just about sharing the opportunity. The main reason for this channel is to teach you how to apply, because we don't share the opportunities here. We share the opportunities in the WhatsApp group, and then we teach you how to apply and apply correctly. That's what we are doing here. We teach you how to apply properly. So first of all, there are several kinds of scholarships available. There is need-based scholarship. There is merit-based scholarship. There are the scholarship that are focused on leadership experience. Some are focused on development. Let me give you an example. Merit-based scholarship are those scholarships that are focused on academic excellence. That's what they will use to judge you. Only academic excellence. They don't care about whether you came from a poor background, whether you don't used to eat food in your house. That's not their business. What they care about is your CGPA. So if you're on this score and your CGPA is not that high, you shouldn't be looking for merit-based scholarship. Some examples of merit-based scholarship are Knight Hennessy Scholarship in Stanford University, USA. It's a merit-based. So what they look at is your academic excellence. The Gates Cambridge Scholarship is merit-based. They look at your academic excellence. That is what we determine. Then, examples of need-based scholarship. You have the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship. That is why you see people that don't even have first class, yet they are getting MasterCard scholarship, because they are focusing on need. They are also focused on development as well, because they are looking for a way to help Africa to develop. Then another example of need-based scholarship are some university scholarships. Like some schools have scholarships for people that are, let's say, like asylum seekers, refugees, displaced persons. There are some schools that have scholarship for people that are orphans or people that have lost one of their parents. There are some scholarships like that. Then we have the government scholarship. So those ones, even though your grade matters, but what they look more about is your leadership experience. Like Chevening is an example. Then Commonwealth is also a government scholarship, but it's also focused on development too. It's focused on development. So when you look at your grade and see that you do not have a first class, you shouldn't be targeting those merit-based scholarship. You should be looking at need-based scholarship and all these development, leadership, scholarship, depending on your profile. Then I've said this several times. I've said it over and over and over again. What are the extra things you have done apart from your education? Even if you have a first class, if they take away your education, what else can you offer in that your CV? What else have you done that will make them to consider you for a scholarship? Because you are competing against thousands of persons that have done a lot of things. They have done so many community development work, volunteering. They have done so many things. You are competing against them. Is it only your academics? Is that only what you have to offer? What else can you offer outside the academics? So those are the things that they look at. So let me ask you one simple question now. How many of you used to have that mindset that scholarship is only for people with high grade? If you have that kind of mindset, just type it on the chat. Just say yes or say no. How many of you have that mindset? Like if you hear scholarship, you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough for scholarship. Scholarship is not for people like me. Like you feel like you are not good enough. You don't have the qualifications or you don't have the grade to achieve that kind of scholarship. You know one thing that make you to not get scholarship? You are disqualifying yourself first. You are disqualifying yourself. I talked about this in the first I think the first or the second class we had. How we disqualify ourselves even before the reviewers have disqualified us. You have told yourself you are not good enough. Let me tell you something that has helped me in life. I used to believe that it's not pride, but I used to believe that I'm the best person in this world for any opportunity. That is what is helping me. Even if I feel like I cannot achieve this thing, but that mindset alone is helping me. So if somebody else can get this thing, why can't I get it? That's what I tell myself. If this person can get it, why can't I get it? So that mindset, first of all, you need to have a mindset reorientation. So adjust your mindset. First of all, believe that you can get that opportunity. That is number one. Believe it first that you can get it. Let me tell you the truth. In 2024, I believed so much that I'm going to get a scholarship. I don't know why I got that conviction, but I was so convinced that I'm going to get a scholarship in 2024. To the point that when I was paying my rent in May, I told my landlord that I'm going to move out by September, that I'll get a scholarship and I'll move out of the country by September. I told him that. I went and bought all the winter jacket I needed. I start preparing for scholarship that I've not seen. I keep getting rejections, rejections, rejections until everything has rejected me, remaining only one. I still had that faith that I'll get a scholarship in September, and I got that scholarship. It happened. So sometimes we need faith to conquer some kind of situations. Sometimes we need faith. So if you believe that you can get this thing, just say you can get it, you can do it. Tell yourself you can do it. Motivate yourself. You don't need anybody to motivate you. Sometimes we are quick at motivating other people, but we cannot motivate ourselves when it comes to our own issue. So that's number one. You have to believe that you can do it. Then number two, if you have not registered for mentorship, you need to do so that I can review your CV and know what is wrong with your profile. What are you submitting out there? Is it good enough? Is it competitive enough? I've reviewed so many CVs in the past 3 or 4 years that I started doing mentorship for people. I've reviewed a lot of CVs and I'm sure I'm able to point out some kind of errors for some people. Look at what you need to adjust. Look at what you need to adjust. Because your CV is part of what they review. In fact, there is one I applied for just this evening, a PhD in Canada. What did they ask for? They only asked for CV and your transcript. Yeah, Rita, even though I'm busy, still I have time to do reviews for people. What I need to know is what is the deadline you're submitting your stuff. Just tell me the deadline and give me enough time. Don't give me something closing tomorrow to review for you today. That's the time that I cannot do it. But if you give me enough time, I will go through it and give you feedback at my convenient time. Even when I'm working, I can be able to check it out and give you feedback. So, and there are some templates I used to share with people. So even if you don't have the money to register for the mentorship now, you can ask me for the template. I can share it with you. You can use it to go and rewrite your CV. Make sure your CV is of high standard, not just for scholarship. There are so many other opportunities that what is in your CV matters a lot. What is in your CV matters a lot. So there is one scholarship now that is ongoing in University College London. What are the kind of people they want to give scholarship to? They want people that has been affected by war or crisis or armed conflict. So if you have this kind of background, you have been affected by conflict, you see that this scholarship does not care about your grade, because conflict can also affect your grade. Conflict will make you unstable, so you may not be able to perform well. So they don't really care about your grade. What they cared about is your experience. Have you experienced conflict and all these things? So that's when you have to put your eyes down. If it's in Igbo language, you say itinye anya na mmili. put your eyes down and look for these scholarships that you know that these are the ones you are eligible for. These are the kind of scholarship you are eligible for. Some people have good grade, quite all right. They also have hardship background. If you look at your good grade, you look at your hardship background, that means you can apply for both merit-based scholarship and need-based scholarship. When I was applying for scholarships, I can apply for merit-based, but because my results, it was a high second class upper, it didn't enter first class with less than 1 mark, just 0.02 marks. That's why I didn't get a first class. So when I saw my results, I told myself, some people will have first class and even more. So let me just focus on need-based scholarship so that I won't have so many people with first class to compete against if I go for merit-based scholarship. So I focused on need-based scholarship and leadership scholarships and development. Those are the places I have my strength. I focused on them. The only time I applied for a merit-based scholarship, I didn't get it. But I wasn't bothered about those ones because I didn't put my interest there. The ones I'm interested in are need-based scholarship, which I feel like I'm able to compete for them. Even some need-based scholarship we assess you on both need and academic excellence. Like the one I got, they assessed us on both academic excellence and then financial need. Those two things are what they use to assess us. So for those of you that are asking of the templates, when you go to our WhatsApp group, TeamUpcyclers Opportunity Hub, check the description. There is a Google Drive. That's the last thing in the description of the group. In that Google Drive, you'll find CV templates. You will find code email templates for those that will write code email to professors. You will find templates on SOP, personal statements, motivation letter, different kinds of documents. Even though those that want to write GRE, GMAT, you find a lot of documents there. So it's just something you keep handy for your scholarship search, like everything you're doing about scholarship. You need to keep that handy. So back to the conversation. What else can you offer apart from your studies? Let's start from there. What else are you doing? What extra thing are you doing that you are using to help others? What extra thing are you doing? I want you to type it on the chat. Let's start from there. Those are the things they will look at to decide if they should give you a scholarship or not, because they will invest in somebody that will yield profit. If they see that you cannot be profitable, you cannot multiply the impact, they will not give you the scholarship. So they want to see what you have done for the community, what you have done in the world. What have you done? Are you just in your room, only in your book, studying? What else have you done? So type it on the chat. What else are you doing? If you don't have anything you are doing to help your community, you need to develop something today and start helping your community. Like all these classes I'm having now is free of charge, right? It's a way I'm giving back to the community. Apart from my online programs, in fact, the online programs are the secondary things I do. My primary programs are the stuff I do in the IDP camps. I do train them in skills, different things. I train them in different kind of skills. Sometimes I have to give them stipend, give them funds, different things I do in the IDP camp to help those children who are displaced. I also do such kind of programs in schools as well. Those are the things I've been doing for so many years that I used to get grants and get travel opportunities, award. I've been doing it for so many years and it helped to build my profile. So even if my results was like second class lower, I may still be able to get a scholarship because of the impact I've made. One of my friends that got Commonwealth scholarship, his undergraduate is second class lower, but he got the Commonwealth scholarship. So they are looking at your impact in the society. And then if they invest in you, can you be able to give back to the community? So these are the things they look out for. Okay, Blessing, you said volunteering, community change projects on health, climate, education, and gender equality. So it's one thing to do all these volunteering and other things, but another thing is, how do you communicate it in your writing? How do you communicate it? The other day I had a graduate session with some people and I taught them how to write a strong personal statement for scholarship. Everybody that attended that class, they were so like they were like, wow, wow, like I'm still going to share updates about the class very soon. The testimonials they're getting from there. So, how do you communicate what you have done? One of the reasons why I lost so many of the scholarships I applied earlier, in as much as I was applying for the wrong course. Yeah, but one of the reasons was how I communicated it. I was just direct, straight to the point. Like when I read all those essays I submitted, then I used to laugh now when I read them because it's no longer the way I write then that I write now. So, how do you communicate? One thing very important when you're applying for scholarship is storytelling. You need to communicate in a way that the reader take the person through a journey. Like the person that is reading your application, take them through a journey. Let them be able to picture the scenario when they are reading that thing. Like when they are reading it, let them be imagining what happened to you. And how do you do that? From your opening hook down to the last paragraph of your essay. If you're able to capture them from the beginning, they will read your essay to the end. But if you lost them in the beginning, they may not read through all the essays. They will just scan through your papers and give you any kind of score. So the opening hook is what you use to charm those people. Once they see it, they are engrossed. They want to know more. They want to know what happened next. What happened next? Let me tell you the truth. Do you know that my scholarship essay that I used to get into SOAS, the president of my school, Zainab Badawi, she knows everything about my story, everything about my life because of that essay that I wrote. And she said that when she was reading my essay and one other girl, we were four, about two of us she mentioned, when she was reading our essay, she was crying. Even when we were sharing our experience, because we had so many meetings with some top dignitaries, even the Hyundai Motors, when they came to give scholarship award to SOAS, they invited us. So many top events in SOAS, they invited us. When they met with donors and sponsors, they invited us. So each of this time we visit, they will ask us to share our story and then how our SOAS helped us. So when we were sharing our story, she was crying. My sponsor, Dr. Miyamani, was crying. Why were they crying? Zainab Badawi, the president of SOAS, told her that when she read my essay and the other girl's essay, when they were doing the application review, that she was crying when she read the essay because I was able to show them in writing. Yeah, I think I'm good in writing more than speaking. So I was able to show them what happened and they were able to pass through that journey with me mentally. So that is a way to capture your readers' attention. And when you capture their attention, they don't even look at your grade again. When they have seen everything you went through, and despite all these things, you are still giving back to your community. Despite all these things, you are still doing this, doing that for your community. You have the people at heart, despite everything you've been through. So why wouldn't they give you the scholarship? Why wouldn't they give it to you? So those are the things we need to look at. How do you write your scholarship essays? Do you know that when I started writing my essays, applying storytelling, I started applying it to grants and a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed. In 2024, I lost almost all the grants I applied for. What I got is very few, like one or two. But after I got my scholarship, after I refined how I write, by 2025, almost everything I applied, I got like, let me say, like at least 70% success rate in 2025 on all the stuffs I applied. Even the ones I did not end up winning, at least I made it to the next stage in 2025. Why? Because I applied that strategy of storytelling. I applied it to my grant writing and it worked out for me. Another thing that is a big problem with those of us looking for scholarship is that we are looking for quantity, not quality. 2023, I was doing a lot of applications. I was into quantity. Any scholarship, fiam, I've submitted it. A day, I've written my essay, everything, submit. I was doing that in 2023. Then I lost everything. I think it's only one that I made it interview. I lost every other thing. But 2024, I decided to be more strategic. I reduced the number of my applications to do more focused applications so that I can have enough time to develop my essays very well. When I wrote the SOAS essays, it took me like 2 days to write it to submit. Unlike me before, in a day I can submit 5 applications. Those that know me very well. So those that know me for a very long time, they know that in a day I can submit 5 applications in a day. But since I started being strategic, looking for quality more than quantity, I can now do 1 application in 1, 2 or 3 days or even more, just for me to bring out the best and submit the best. And it worked out for me that 2025. It worked out for me in 2025. So that's another thing you have to look at. So aside from your grade, which I talked about, if you have a powerful story around community service, those are the things that will help you. Those little things you think they don't matter. Even if it's doing usher in the church, sharing food, sweeping the compound. Let me tell you, all those things matters a lot. If you have never won any award in your life and you want to write your CV and you get to the point where you're supposed to list your award, that's when you will know that all those things you are doing in the church, they matter. Even if it's in the church that they called you out to clap for you once, let me tell you, write it in your CV. Even if they congratulated you for one thing you have done, that thing needs to enter your CV. I remember my old CV then when I've not gotten so many things. I used to list out all the church things I've been doing because it's only church projects I've done so much then. I listed all the church things in my CV. And those things helped me to get those my early wins, those things I got then. Even certificates that they didn't give me any money, I listed it out in my CV. It's just now that I started getting bigger opportunities. That's how I now took out some things, unnecessary things from my CV. But when I don't have any experience, I don't have anything to show. I have to bring in all those little things that I've done. I have to bring it into my CV, at least to make the CV look big and look rich. Even if it's courses that I took, I put it there. Then use your LinkedIn wisely. I've been talking about LinkedIn. So many recruiters, they go to your LinkedIn to view your profile. Some of them will ask you for a LinkedIn profile. What are they using it for? They want to see what you are doing because that place is like a CV. You display what you have done. That's why I tell people, what are you doing in LinkedIn? Some people are there to just get numbers, get followers. I'm not interested in the numbers and the followers. What I'm interested in is to document my work there. That's what I do. There are some pictures and videos I'll need. I may not see them in my phone again, but I must have uploaded it in Facebook or in LinkedIn. I'll just rush there, scroll down and get it and use it for what I want to do with it. So the next thing is, when you are looking for these scholarships, where do you search? Where do you search for them? There are some universities that have scholarships in their system. Like, first of all, what course you want to study? When you find out the course you want to study, then search for the schools that offer those courses. One mistake I made in 2022 when I started applying for scholarships newly, I didn't check the scholarships that the schools have. So the first time I applied for only Chevening and I selected 3 schools. Unfortunately for me, the 3 schools I have, they don't even have any single fully funded scholarship. It's only partial scholarship, partial scholarship. So I didn't even know about all those things. I didn't know. When I got the admissions in those schools, they couldn't give me any scholarship. Then I didn't get Chevening. So I lost on both ends. You have to be strategic. If you are selecting schools, like Chevening will ask you to select 3 schools. Commonwealth, you still have to select school. Total Energy Scholarship, you have to select 3 schools. There are some scholarships like that, you have to select 3 schools. So when you are selecting schools, look for schools that have internal scholarships that you can also apply for. Don't look for schools that don't have any scholarship that you can apply for. Look for schools that have internal scholarships so that even if you apply for Chevening, you can apply for other internal scholarships in the school. If you miss out on Chevening, you can still get other scholarships. Do you understand? So you just have to be strategic on whatever you're doing. You have to be strategic. Then, what kind of schools are you targeting? Are you the type that is targeting top 10 schools in the world? if you're targeting top 10, make sure you're also shortlisting other schools that are not among the top 50 or top 100, so that in case if you miss out top 10, you can still get in the other schools. So that's another thing you need to do. Like when I applied for Oxford, Cambridge, Stanford, those are the top three. Then I applied for them, and then I applied for SOAS. SOAS is not among the top three or top 10. It should be around maybe 100 or thereabouts. It's not among the top 50 sef. So all those ones that are top three, they rejected me, though I was putting earth science. So I didn't put economics in them because I did economics in my undergraduate. So I think I was part of the problem then, because I wasn't selecting the right course. So they all rejected me. Then I put economics in SOAS, and they accepted me and gave me the scholarship. So when you're applying, be strategic. Be strategic. So let us not deviate too much from the topic. We are talking about those with lower grades. What can you do to get a scholarship? So if you have never done anything like volunteering or community service, you need to start it today. The ones I did, when I started, I used my money to start. Think of what you have to do for your community. Look around your surrounding. What do they need? Do they need books? Do they need school sandals? Do they need school bag? What is it that they needed? Look around you. Even if you don't have the money, you can start doing like fundraising to raise money and start something small. And do you know that some people are doing community service, but they don't document it? They don't even have pictures and videos. They don't even have project reports. That's one of the things I was teaching people in my mentorship class. You need to have reports for all the projects you have done. Like if Victor is here, he will testify now. When we started the mentorship, I had to give him template to go and write report for all the projects he has been doing. He has been doing projects, you don't have reports, you don't have evidence, nothing. You're just doing projects like that. Like how will they know that you did this thing? When you did not have a report, you did not have pictures, you didn't post it on your social media. That's why he started posting on his LinkedIn back to back now. So that's a way to show what you are doing. So when you start doing all these things, then you can now start applying for scholarships. Some persons, I reviewed their CV and it was like so scanty. Like I thought this person, this CV is so scanty. Do you know how many people you're competing against? There is nothing to show that will make you to stand out from others. There is nothing to show. So scholarship are for extraordinary people. It's not about your grade. Yeah, you need to show that you're extraordinary. You need to show what you have done for humanity. That's when they'll say, oh, this person is doing a great job. Let's give this person this scholarship. Let's give this person this scholarship. This person is going to create job for people when she graduate or do this or do that. Yeah. Then when you are writing your application, do you normally show them your future plans? Do you do that? You're supposed to be showing them your plans. What are you doing now? For instance, I'm doing my trainings in the IDP camp. I do my trainings online. Look at the number of persons that have gotten grants from my group. Look at how much they have raised in grants from my group. Look at how many jobs they have been able to start from my group. Then look at how many businesses we have been able to create. Look at how many persons. Put numbers, put figures there. Look at how many persons that have earned a livelihood from this group, that have gotten scholarship from this group. Now, if you give me this PhD scholarship or this master scholarship, look at how it is going to help me to advance my work in the short term, in the midterm, in the long term. Show them your goals, show them your future plans. When they look at it, they'll be like, oh, this person is really serious. Like you already know what you want to achieve in the next 5 years. That's wonderful. But you don't have plans and you want them to give you the money. Money is very hard to make these days. So before they give it out, they must scrutinize it properly and know that this is not a waste of resources. And then some kind of scholarship, they will ask you, do you have any situation that happened to you that affected your grade? For instance, if you did not get a first class or you didn't get a second class upper, Sometimes there might have been some things that happened when you were studying that was out of your control, that was not your fault, and you missed out on this particular grade. If you have that kind of situation, you explain it in your writing. There are some scholarships that ask that kind of question. You put it down, explain to them the situation. You explain to them. So I'm not trying to encourage you to get bad grade. I'm not trying to encourage you. That's what I tell all my siblings. If you get a bad grade, if I'm paying your school fees and you get a bad grade, I will stop paying it. I will stop paying it. I'm not trying to cast anybody, but my brother knows that I did that to him. When he got his first result and it was not good, I stopped paying his school fees. He's paying his school fees till today. I said I'm not going to pay it again. Even if it's 1 naira that is remaining to complete that money for you, as long as it's attached to that your school, that you did not get a good grade, I'm not paying it. I'm not adding a dime for you. Because if I go to study on scholarship and I make a bad grade, my funders will withdraw their funding. They will not pay again. They used to check your grade and everything. So if you are not doing well, they will withdraw the support and you'll be stranded. So in as much as I'm not saying you should not get a good grade, but if you have already graduated and then your grade is not that high, you need to focus more, do more of community service, advocacy, volunteering, everything. Do a lot of things to show how serious you are. Do a lot of things. Even if it's possible to get some courses you can take online to augment that your certificate. Do all these things so that you prepare yourself for scholarship. So let me see if I still have more things to talk about. So if you are a first generation student, first generation means your parents are not graduates, you are the first graduate in your family. You have chances to get some scholarship. There are some scholarships that are meant for people like that. It shows that your family background, maybe they couldn't afford the money to go to school, your parents. So that's why you are the first person to be able to go to school. So you still have some scholarships like that. Then yeah, I've talked about leadership, volunteering, community service, public speaking, writing, art, sports, creativity. Let me shock you. Do you know there are scholarships for people that are into art? Even people that are into music, there are scholarship for them. These ones now, they don't care about your grade. What they care about is that your music career. How far have you gone in it? If you're able to prove to them beyond reasonable doubt, they will give you the scholarship. The ones for art, what have you done in your art? Creativity. So all these things, if you have a specific niche you're focusing on, focus on it. Sorry, Umar, you say I should share my SOAS, um, my SOAS SOP. I said I'm going to share my SOP to those that attend graduate session I do every last Sunday. So for the last Sunday of January, I did it on Monday because that Sunday I couldn't do it that Sunday. I shifted it to Monday. So if you want to get the SOP hard copy, join the next session. And you know that one is not free of charge, of course. But alternatively, when you scroll through my videos, the last video you will see, that's the first video I did on this channel when I started doing it public. I don't know if there are some other videos I did that are unlisted, but the first public video I did about scholarship, that was the one that got me into Dr. Miyamani's scholarship. I read the essays there. I read it there. Both my SOP, my personal statement. I read everything. But if you want me to send you the document itself, you have to register for my graduate session every last Sunday of the month, which is just 5 USD. You register, you learn how to write these essays yourself. Then you get my own essay as well. You can use it as a guide or whatever. Then, sorry, before I forget, there's a book I wrote. This session I'm saying I'm doing now. I've spoken about it last year when I did the 5-day scholarship bootcamp. I spoke about all these things. So I wrote a book that last year that I compiled the list of different kinds of scholarships. So that book is still available on my online store for $5. If you want to get the list, I categorize all the scholarships. The merit-based scholarship, I listed some examples there. Need-based scholarship, I listed them out. Government scholarship, institutional scholarship. I listed so many scholarships, both for graduates, undergraduate, PhDs, and different countries. So if you're interested in getting that book, I wrote it last year. It's in my online store. It's just $5. Then you can get the book from there. But if you want it, you don't have to pay in dollar. You want to pay in naira, you can send us the equivalent to our account, TeamUpcyclers account. Then send me the receipt. I'll send you the copy. So that's by the way. Then another way you can get a scholarship. There are some scholarships that can give you money. You can get the money from different sources. Like you can get from fellowships and then use the money to fund your education. Let me give you an example like the Mekatu Center fellowships. I got the Mekatu Center fellowship, the Don Lavoie fellowship in particular. I got it in 2023/2024. They give like 1,000 something dollars. So assuming you want to study in, let's say you want to study in your country, you don't have the money to pay your school fees, you can get a fellowship, and from the money you get from the fellowship, you pay your school fees from it. Even when you're applying for that fellowship, you can tell them you want to use the money to pay your school fees, the stipend. So that's another way some people get scholarship from that way. They get different kinds of fellowship or different kind of small money, then join them together. They'll be able to pay the school fees from that money and still have some balance. So I think looking at what I have here, I think I've covered a lot of things already. I've covered so many things. So how do you prepare your essays? How do you prepare your essays? Let me give you hints. I'm not going to say everything. In fact, should I even say it here? I'll leave it for the graduate session. Yeah. If you want to hear that hint, come register for the graduate scholarship session. Last Sunday of the month, you get this hint. I wanted to drop it, but maybe I can just give you small tip, small hint. How do you write your personal statement? Will you just jump in and start saying, I'm interested in a master's in social okay, let me give you example. I'm interested in studying for my master's in economics. Like you're starting your essay like this. Are you okay? Like I'm interested in they ask you, okay, write a personal statement stating why you're interested in this scholarship. You now started. I'm interested in this scholarship because, or I'm interested. My dear, you're not serious. You're not serious. Even if it's me, I read that and I'll just get tired of you and leave it. How do you organize your work? There are the way you arrange it. Which one should come first? How do you progress into the next point? And then the next point. You arrange this thing logically so that you are taking them through the journey of your life. From when you are even small, you can even start from there and start telling the story. From there, you enter your undergraduate, you tell the story out of school, what you have done. Keep telling it as a story and let all the story connect to that course you want to do. It will now end in the middle part should contain about the scholarship or whatever. Why this particular course? Why this university? And then the ending part, you should end it with your plans for the future. So like I said, I'm not going to review everything. If you want to learn more, you come and register for the graduate session, you learn more. So I think that's all. That's also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe now that I'm looking at you. Subscribe now. And then I've done some sessions, like I said, you can go to the previous videos in this channel. You see a lot of things I've done there, both grant writing, scholarships, and everything. Then for next week, we have a very interesting topic next week. Let me open the topic we have next week so that you make sure you join. You don't have to miss it. You don't have to miss it. Give me a minute. Let me get the topic we have for next week. Meanwhile, if you like this session, drop your comments. Let's see. How do you feel about this session? Do you enjoy it? What do you expect? What is it that you want to learn in the next session so we can include it? But don't ask for the one that you need to pay for. If you ask for that one, I'll give you the price. Okay, so Next session, we're going to talk about how to read scholarship eligibility. This is very important. When I was applying for Dr. Miyamani's scholarship, do you know what happened to me? They wrote there, yeah, Africans are eligible. That's one thing, number one. They now said priority will be given to residents of Palestine, Iran, and Yemen. Priority will be given to these people. So when I saw this thing, I nearly gave up on that scholarship. I'm telling you the truth. I said priority will be given to. What does that mean? Does it mean that other countries will not be assessed? I told myself, no, priority means that they may prioritize people from this place, but it doesn't mean that they will not consider people from other places. I said, well, if I lose, I lose. If I don't apply, I still lose. So let me just apply. Let me just apply. I didn't lose anything if I apply. And I applied and I got it. Okay. Jonathan, you said you are motivated and inspired. That good. So someone is asking the question: the difference between postgraduate thought and master's research. Research is 2 years. Research is like a mini a mini PhD. Let me put it that way, because PhD is a research work. So master's research, masters by research is like a smaller part of, it's a smaller kind of PhD. Let me put it that way. You do it only 2 years to help you to develop your research skills. So sometimes people that are doing masters by research, sometimes they don't have to take some compulsory courses. So what they will take is things courses that are related to research. Then they will do a research project. But for those that are doing master's thought, you have to be going to classes like the way you did in your in your university days, your undergraduate. You go to classes, take courses, write exams. Masters by research, they don't write exam. Their assessment criteria is their research output. That's what they used to assess them. They don't write any exam. But master's thought, sometimes you write exam, sometimes you don't write exam, depending on the country, the university. So, did I clarify your question, Chibike? Is it? Yeah. Bike. Sunday, well done. Oh. Sunday join my class today. Hey, praise the Lord. It's good to see you again, Sunday. Any other question? Question. If you don't have any question, at least drop a comment. I've been talking for 47 minutes. Is it that you did not learn anything? Drop your comment. How do you feel? What did you learn? What do you want to learn more in the next sessions we're going to have? I'm waiting. TEF is about grants, right? It's not related to scholarship. So Rita is asking me if I want TEF. I've not won TEF. Sometimes TEF is by luck, sometimes because the number of persons that are picking, they are too much. So Jonathan, your question. What do you have to say about reference and recommendation letters? I've applied for the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship, but my reference letters are not strong. Okay. Yeah, reference is very important. In fact, those are the things that put together with your written work, they will use it to assess and score you. They will use it to assess and score you. Reference letters has to contain, I don't know the content of your reference, but number one, it shouldn't be generic. You will not come and say to whom it may concern. That thing is number one red flag. If your reference letter started like that, to whom it may concern, number one red flag. Number two, a generic letter that you can use for different kinds of opportunities. You can use the same letter. That's another red flag. Every letter must be personalized. Put the address of that organization or that school you're applying for. Put the address as the recipient of the letter. Then mention, the person writing your letter should include how long the person have known you, in what capacity, what have you done, like what will be your ranking if compared to other people the person have dealt with, or if it's a school stuff related. The person should be able to say a lot of things about you. That's how to determine how strong an applicant is. So all these applications, the way they review it, they have columns for everything. Your CV, maybe they may say like CV 20 marks, personal statement maybe 30 marks, your grade, let's say like your grades will be like 10 marks or 20 marks, your reference letter 20 marks. Imagine if they put marks like this. You see that grade is just like one portion of it. So every other thing that make up your profile, if it is very strong, I don't see a reason why your grade should make you not to get the scholarship. So your reference and recommendation, both of them are the same thing. Some people call it reference, some people call it recommendation. Although we are asking, you really like to know how to craft a good CV. I've spoken about this CV now. Check down my 5-day scholarship bootcamp. I spoke about CV in one of them. I'll still have a session on that actually, if you still want me to do that. SOAS is SOAS for art students, and around when does it open for application? SOAS is open for application all year round, but some scholarships have deadline. So you can get the admission and then apply for scholarship. You can apply for admission, apply for scholarship. Just check the scholarships you are targeting and know when they are closing. That's what matters a lot. Admission is always open. You can apply for admission. But when does the scholarship you are applying for? When does it open and when does it end? That's what matters a lot. Any other question? Okay, those that came early. Solomon, are you still here? Solomon, Chisom, are you still here? Farouk, you also came early. So three of you, if you are still here, just type your name. Okay, Solomon is here. Udoderem, okay. But you are not one of those that came early. Innocent. Better you register. Okay, who else? Solomon is still here. Solomon, Rita, you are not one of the three people that came early now. I'm asking of those that came early. Solomon, Farouk, and Chisom. They are the three people that came early. So only Solomon is still here. Okay. Solomon, what level are you? Are you done with your undergraduate? Solomon, are you done with your undergraduate? Without the name, you are saying you came early. I'm picking the top three. Okay, you're a recent graduate. So have you started applying for scholarships? Have you gotten your result? Okay, Farouk, you're still here. Solomon, have you gotten your result? Have you started applying for scholarships? Not all scholarship needed age. Not all. So check the one you want to apply for and know if they need age stuff or not. Okay, you have not gotten your results. But do you have like an interim transcript? Like, can you predict your GPA? Can you predict it? Do you know what you got? Okay, you're still weighing your options for scholarships. Like, what do you mean by weighing your options? What do you think you will graduate with? So you can know which kind of scholarship to look out for. Or are you not interested in scholarships? What about you, Farouk? Have you finished your undergraduate? Okay, second class upper. So you send me a DM. I'll review one of your scholarship applications for you. For Solomon, for coming early. Farouk, what about you? Which kind of scholarship are you looking for? Have you finished undergraduate? Okay, Chibike is asking, how does age affect your chances of getting a scholarship? How age affect your chances on scholarships, especially undergraduate scholarships? They do have age limits. Some of them will say you shouldn't be more than 25. Some say you shouldn't be more than 26. If you are doing undergraduate scholarship, they have age limit. Even some have age limit for master. Some will say you shouldn't be more than 30, you shouldn't be more than 29, all those. So check the kind of thing you're applying for. Most of them don't have any age limit, but some of them have age limit. So check the one you're applying for and know if you are qualified to do the application. So Farouk, what are you looking for? Scholarship for your masters or PhD? Which one are you looking for? Yeah, Farouk, I'm still waiting for you. Okay. What's your grade? What did you graduate with? Farouk, can you be faster? Okay, 2-1. Then you are good to go if you got a 2-1. So when you are ready to apply, just send me a DM with what you're applying for. I can review it for you for attending the session early and staying till the end. Chisomi is not here again, so just Solomon and Farouk. Blessing. Well, it's only Nigeria that has business with NYSC. So I don't know if it's compulsory or not. Because abroad, they don't need your NYSC certificate. They don't care about it. It's if you want to continue your studies in Nigeria, that's when you start doing NYSC and all those things. Okay. Must you apply for MSc course related to your BSc? Advisable, yes, but in real life, you must not. But it is safer and easier to get a scholarship in the same field you did your undergraduate. Like I said, I wasted 2 years of my life trying to switch from economics to earth sciences or climate change. I didn't get any admission. Some of them gave me admission, but no scholarship. But if it's something related to research, it might be easier because it's a research. You're not taking courses, you're not writing exams, you're doing research. And if you have the work experience, I think it should work out for you. But most of the time, they look at your transcript, your undergraduate transcript, and see the courses you have taken to know if you're going to be able to cope and continue when you join their own program. So it's good to continue from the field you did your undergraduate. It's good. But if you don't want to continue, then let it be that you have strong backup for switching the course. Because why I say this is because there's one scholarship I applied for, is related to economics, and they listed that you must have economics, micro, macro, econometrics. You must have taken those courses to a certain number of credit units in your transcript. That's when I know that what matters most to these people is your transcript, not even your experience. They want to see that you have taken some specific courses in your transcript before they deem you fit to go for that course in your masters. Okay, there are funding for those that need health scholarship. There are fundings. The London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, I know they have a lot of scholarship and it's all about health. Someone that has degree in public health. I don't know what you're passionate about, but let me tell you, it is easier for someone to switch from a science course to a non-science course than switching from non-science to science. It's easier. Our publication is very necessary, especially for scholarships in Canada. I can't say they are very necessary. I've not really done much things in Canada. I just applied for one or two things in Canada. So I can't say how they value the publications. But US schools, sometimes they like to see publications in US. Then for UK, I don't think they really care about your publications. If you have a publication, fine, is a plus, but I don't think they really care about it that much. It's US, I know they're interested in your publications, like what have you done. Any other question? Okay, so in the absence of questions, like I said, If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Then go through the past videos. You will find a lot of answers to your questions. For those that needed to see my SOP, is in my first video. But if you want me to give it to you as a book, PDF, or whatever, I wrote a book about it. Yes, I remember. I wrote a book about it. I wrote my SOP in that book. That one is also $5. It's in my online store. If you need it, you go there and get it. Then I wrote another book about various kind of scholarships: need-based scholarship, merit-based scholarship, government scholarship, institutional scholarship, school scholarship, undergraduate, masters, research, PhD. I wrote all these things. So if you're interested in getting the compilation of all the various kinds of scholarship, that one is also $5. You can send me a DM either on my WhatsApp, or you reply this message, then I will respond to you. I'm dropping my phone number in case if you don't have my phone number. I don't know if every one of you is in my WhatsApp group. If you're interested in joining the group, I'll add you there. We share different kinds of opportunities there, both grant and scholarships. Okay, that's my number. So if you still have questions, comments, you can drop it on this chat. And then I'll see you guys next Sunday. This session was supposed to hold yesterday. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday, so I couldn't hold it yesterday. That's why I had to move it to today, because I want to be committed to it. Let me see how far I'm going to go. I want to be serious with it every Sunday. So anyone I miss on Sunday, I'll move it to Monday. Just a way to be committed in the midst of all my engagements and work. So it's not easy. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be ending the session now. If you have any other question, you can drop your comment. If you enjoyed the session, drop your emoji. Show me that you enjoyed the session. I appreciate you all for joining. Thank you. I love you all and see you next Sunday. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.